This is where fantasy and reality come together. And this year, it is bigger and better than ever.
It's been a magical summer already, and these teams don't want it to end. They've come so far.
It's over!
But the field of their dreams is in Williamsport.
And he crushes, my goodness.
And they're almost there.
Leap, and it's gone! It got out of here!
Keep on playing. Keep on winning.
It's gone!
And all their dreams will come true.
Hawaii wins the World Championship again!
What a week it's been in Whitestown, Indiana, and indeed we hope the rain stays away. Time to crown a champ in the Midwest and send another team to the Little League World Series. Will it be Fargo, North Dakota? Or the undefeated champs from South Dakota, Sioux Falls Little League? These are the last teams standing. 8 clubs came to Whitestown. Only Fargo and Sioux Falls remain, and it's their second meeting in 3 days. Hi again, everybody. Clay Matvick alongside my partner, Chris Burke. It has been a fun several days in Whitestown, Indiana, and Berkey. South Dakota took the first matchup between these two, 7-3 on Wednesday, but boy, does this one matter more.
Yeah, this is for all the marbles, right? Somebody is going home and has to start school. Somebody gets to keep the dream alive and is going to Williamsport. A lot on the line for these youngsters here this afternoon.
You got to win. If you have to go to school,
right.
This is the reason mostly to win. South Dakota is one of the more interesting characters in this regional. Carter Chapman. They call him Thor.
Yeah, and Thor was dominant against North Dakota. A North Dakota offense that scored double digits in every game except for the one. Thor had the ball. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, only 1 earned run. That's how good he was against a North Dakota offense that has been slugging their way past everybody to this point of the Midwest Regional. They are hoping they can get another pitching performance like they saw from him on Wednesday.
Beat Iowa 2-1, Nebraska 7-4, and then Wednesday defeated North Dakota 7-3. I mean, it's a balanced, tight-knit group despite having only played 8 games together. All right, North Dakota, they came back from that loss to South Dakota on Wednesday, beat Iowa yesterday, and boy, was Jackson Molden on fire.
Yeah, it's really been all week, right? The best hitter in this Midwest Regional was really locked in yesterday. 6 ribbies. He has 10 for the week, 8 for 11, hitting over 700, 4 doubles, and he just keeps coming up with runners in scoring position and just keeps delivering. It's an offense that has an RBI, and every one of their hitters, 12 batters, all have driven in a run. But Molden with 10, far and away the most dangerous hitter in this lineup. South Dakota better be very careful when Mr. Molden comes up to bat.
It's hard to put up these kind of numbers. 10 runs batted in without hitting it out of the ballpark. You saw moments ago that he almost got one out. But 8 hits, no home runs, and still 10 runs batted in. Another I-29 border battle in the heartland, and the winner will go to the Little League World Series in Williamsport next week. North Dakota, South Dakota. Game is next. Old this year. It gets better every year. The Little League World Series starts this coming week on Wednesday on ESPN and ABC alongside Chris Burke and Clay Matvick. Ready to crown a champ in the Midwest. Here is Fargo, North Dakota's batting order. And 3 times in 4 games they've scored double-digit runs with this lineup. Reese Evenson really broke out yesterday, Burke.
Yeah, got him a couple hits, got him going. Of course, Mason Center's done a nice job hitting 500 behind him. But the goal for this lineup, get on for Jackson Molden. We talked about him in the open, the hottest hitter in this deal. 10 ribbies, drove in 6 yesterday. Evenson hoping to get it started for him again in this one.
Harrison Nichols will be on the mound for South Dakota. He saw time on the mound in the state championship game. And he is not primarily a pitcher, but he's going to get handed the ball here in a really big spot.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both pitchers today have not pitched yet in this regional, so not exactly sure what we're going to get on the mound. But one thing about Nichols, very good athlete, right? So, as you said, has pitched to help get them to this point. Just hasn't pitched yet here in Whitestown. Awfully big spot here for his first appearance against a very talented offense.
You see some clouds in the sky. Yesterday was such a beautiful day after rain on Wednesday. There is a threat again. We're hoping it stays away enough to where we can get this one through without any delays. Fifth straight regional for Fargo Little League. Fargo, North Dakota, the biggest city in that state. Not the state capital, but certainly the commerce center of North Dakota, and a lot of eyes watching these young men as North Dakota tries to get a team to the Little League World Series for the first time in history. Very comfortable 80 degrees as we get underway. First pitch is not going to be the first pitch. As time was called, Rich Condrey did not give the go-ahead. Harrison Nichols was anxious to get this one underway. No pitch.
Ball.
And the first pitch now officially is down. 1 ball and no strikes to Reese Evenson. 3 for 11 with a run batted in the tournament. Was 2 for 3 yesterday against Iowa. Ground ball. Wow, what a play by Nichols. That's fielding your position.
Absolutely. That one looked like it had base hit up the middle written all over it. This ball looks like it's probably going to make its way into center field. And man, Nichols catches that ball almost behind him. Nice start.
How much does that help a pitcher, who might have a little bit of jitters, to get a comebacker right away and successfully field it?
Mm-hmm. And quickly, right? Especially after the oddity of throwing strike one that didn't count. He didn't seem fazed by it.
Now Mason Sinner, the center fielder. 4 for 8 with a run batted in during the tournament. And you and I talked about it a few times already, how great that throw was on Wednesday against South Dakota to throw out a runner at the plate.
Yeah, he's thrown out a runner at the plate. He's pitched well. Yesterday he was right in the middle of that huge rally that blew the game open in the third to beat Iowa. He's had himself a nice week.
He's ahead in the count here, 3 balls and a strike in his battle with Harrison Nichols, I should say. And he's going to draw a walk. 1 out base runner for North Dakota here in the first. I'll bring up Cash Martinez. Cash Martinez finds himself back in right field today. He got the big win on the mound yesterday against Iowa. Also was the winning pitcher against Wisconsin. He is a huge reason that North Dakota's in this title game.
Yeah, he was fantastic for them on the bump yesterday. Dealt with some, early rough times, but hung in there ended up throwing plenty of strikes with how quality his stuff is, and was a catalyst for that win yesterday that put them here with a chance to go to Williamsport.
Has 3 hits and 10 at-bats. Also has driven in a run from the regional, and he puts this in play left side, and it's into left field. Base hit. First hit of the game. Trying to get to third. Oh, he's out. Mason Sinner looking to get an extra base. Thrown out from left field by Chapman.
Boy, you just got to know better. Thor is out there in left field. I know Mason Sinner can really run, but you just can't get greedy against an arm as talented as Chapman out there in left field. And a big out there recorded by Thor, who rifles down center at third base. Well, we're going to get a review here. This is one of those classic plays that for years, Clay, if the ball beat the runner, he's out, right? And now we get to go back and see, did the tag get there before the foot? It certainly looked like it did. Looked like he got the shin before the foot arrived. Mike Johnson all over that one at third base.
Yeah, this is going to be a team challenge. It is North Dakota challenging the call by Mike Johnson at third base. You know, the threshold in college baseball, in a lot of the other events we cover during the year, Chris, is it's got to be indisputable video evidence. And I think that kind of is how Little League approaches the reviews as well. Did you see enough there to overturn this call?
No. First of all, I think if we're using college baseball language, we would say the call in the field is confirmed, not just stands, because I think the tag beat him. And it's not just inconclusive. I think it is conclusive that it was correct.
Rich Condrey, the home plate umpire. Mike Johnson, we talked about, he's at third. Dan Leslie at second. Mark Harvey, the first base ump today. He's out. So there are two down. Cash Martinez went over to second base on the throw, and that's not insignificant with Jackson Molden coming up now. As he moves into scoring position, a chance for Molden to still get North Dakota on the board here in the first.
But even, and they're going to walk him, and I don't blame them, but that's even more of a reason why you got to stay at second base if you're Mason Center, right? Because it's first and second, one out. I don't know that they walk Jackson Molden to load the bases with one out, right? But with two outs and a runner on second base, it becomes a much easier decision.
Now North Dakota could courtesy run for Molden, as this is going to be a foul ball, as there are two outs and Molden is the catcher, but right now Molden running for himself. That's a foul ball off the foot of Will Corbel, and you can see he's hobbled a bit.
And I think Jesse Reich and the South Dakota staff is wise not to mess around with Jackson Molden with a runner in scoring position. But it is fascinating, Clay. What would they have done first and second and one out?
They're probably pitching to him. They're probably taking their chances. Yeah, so here's Will Corbel.
It would be tough to walk the bases loaded, right?
Sure would. Corbel is 4 for 10. He has driven in 4 runs in the regional. He was 1 for 2 with a walk yesterday against Iowa. Chance to put North Dakota on the board. The 1-1 pitch from Nichols. And now it's 1-2. You know, we should remind folks that intentional walk does add to the pitch count for Nichols. That is 4 pitches against his tally. Again, flip foul.
Nice breaking ball there from Nichols. Looks to be very comfortable with that pitch.
Martinez at second, Molden at first. 2 down here in the North Dakota first. Just off the plate. Nicholson trying to get him to bite on that outside corner, and he stays away. 2-2.
Come on. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Line drive down the line, and that's fair. Corbel with extra bases. Martinez will score. Rounding third, here comes big Jackson Molden in for the second run. It is a 2-run triple for Will Corbel.
Wow. What a turn of events. A breaking ball down and in, and Corbel drops the head on that one. Just a beautiful swing to get the barrel of that ball, to elevate it, and to keep it fair. And Jackson Molden, who's used to driving the runs in, scores one here coming around from first base. What a huge swing of the bat.
And now Corbel's going to score on the pass ball. Three to nothing Fargo.
Let's reset. We're going to score some runs. We got some bats. We're going to score some runs, all right? Take a deep breath. We got 2 outs. Just go get an out. Keep working. You're doing a great job here. Keep it up. Throw hard. Keep it down. Let's go. Let's go.
There's Jesse Reich, the South Dakota manager. And his team now down 3 here in the first inning, and they've yet to hit.
Waiting on me, batter, waiting on me.
11 first inning runs for North Dakota in this regional. They have jumped on teams right out of the gate. Now Blaze Ostrom at the plate.
Ball.
This has all happened with 2 outs.
2 outs, and Corbel had 2 strikes on him. One incredible swing of the bat. It changed the complexion of this ball game. Obviously, it's still very early. But, man, it looked like South Dakota was going to get out of this thing without giving up anything. Next thing you know, 3 runs on the board.
And that body language from Harrison Nichols tells you that he's lost some confidence.
Boy, all of a sudden.
That one goes wide to the screen.
Yeah, you're not kidding. That was a different vibe there from Nichols, who, I mean, what can you say? He's thrown a bunch of strikes to this point. He's got to be able to get past the disappointment of that swing of the bat by Corbel. But he certainly looks untracked here after the big momentum swing.
You saw Ryan Henry for Sioux Falls warming up in the South Dakota bullpen. He's a left-hander. There's a fastball strike to start the at-bat to Mason Kirchner. Kirchner, he will be the pitcher for Fargo today, and his team has already staked him to a 3-run lead. 4 for 9 in the tournament. Way outside. Into second base is Ostrom. That's going to be a wild pitch on Nichols. The 1-1. 1-2 now, and now Nichols just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Kirchner drove in a run yesterday. He has to duck under that one. Kirchner plated a run in that big 6-run third inning against Johnston, Iowa. The 2-2. Ball. And that's going to allow Ostrom to get to third. All of the big misses have been that way, Berkey.
Yeah, and the last 2 pitches, it looks like Nichols is overthrown. He's losing his hat on just about every offering. Something tells me if he doesn't get this out right here, we're going to see Henry. Of course, we saw Henry close out the game yesterday. He was fantastic. I think the plan was always to see Henry at some point in this ball game, but we might end up seeing him sooner than we expected.
Harrison Nichols, his first start of the regional, and it's called strike 3. Kirchner goes down looking. North Dakota gets 3, and South Dakota will come up hoping to get him back.
Will Corbel, folks, how about this swing? That ball is down and in, maybe not even a strike, but good enough for Corbel, who rips it in the corner. North Dakota off to a quick start.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota went 5-0 at state. They are 3-0 in the regional. They're already down 3-0. Malachi Wright to lead it off for a lineup that has been very solid throughout this tournament.
Yes, they have. Sioux Falls has, maybe seen some of the more difficult pitching in this regional, but they've hung in there. Obviously, have not lost a game to this point. But it's an offense that's really been led there by Henry, McCloskey, and Nornberg from an RBI standpoint. Rely on Wright and Nichols and Chapman to kind of get on from a on-base percentage, and they got their hands full here today with Mason Kirchner. Normally plays in the middle infield for this North Dakota team, but he's going to get the ball here in this afternoon in this championship game. A strike thrower, not the biggest of kids, but a big old heart and can fill the strike zone up.
We'll see how South Dakota responds as they send Wright to the plate to start it. Malachi Wright, a very good athlete, very fast. He's one of the top 12 and under football players in the state of South Dakota. He's the shortstop for Sioux Falls. He's 1 for 5, but also has 3 walks in the regional. Struck out and had a couple of walks against North Dakota on Wednesday and scored 2 of their runs. So even though he doesn't have a ton of hits in this tournament, he's been finding his way on. And it's 3-0.
And that's the key. Not only getting on base, but he can really run once he does.
Ball. That's how you come back after getting down 3-0 in the top of the first. So Wright is on, and here comes Harrison Nichols as he'll try to help himself. He'll take strike 1. Nichols, 5'8", 120 pounds. One of 3 kids to Jenny and Chris. Good swing. That's down the line and fair. Wright is chugging for third. The throw is not in time and high. And standing at second base with a double is Harrison Nichols.
All right, Clay, settle in. Settle in. Looks like we're going to have ourselves some offense in this one. A hook shot right down the third baseline. Nothing Will Corbel could do about that. And second and third with nobody out is a fantastic response after a tough top of the first for the boys from Sioux Falls.
South Dakota scored 3 runs in the first inning in the matchup with North Dakota on Wednesday. Went on to win that game 7-3. And they're poised offensively here in the first today. Here's Thor. They'll look the runner back to throw to first in time. So Chapman a quick out as Kirchner gets him to bounce to Will Corbel at third.
A nice job there by Corbel. Take your time, make sure Malachi Wright stays put, and then throw a strike across the diamond. Chapman can't be happy with that. A first pitch curveball doesn't get a run home.
Ryan Henry, who was warming up in the South Dakota bullpen last half inning, comes up. He's one of the extra hitters. He's had a good week, 3 for 7 with a team high 5 runs batted in. Skies this one to right center field. It is center. He's got a hose. Here comes the throw. And they're not going to test it. So Henry with a fly out, and just like that, Mason Kirchner is 1 pitch away from getting out of their center.
Yeah, how about that, right? They learned their lesson last time these two teams played. Mason Center threw somebody out at the plate. So not going to chance it here, but now 2 outs and still nobody in.
McCloskey, a little inside-out swing that's dumped foul outside of third. Now right at third, Nichols at second with 2 outs for Jake McCloskey. 3 for 6, 3 runs batted in. Had a 2-run double in the first inning against North Dakota on Wednesday. Can he do it again?
1-1.
Another lefty in the South Dakota lineup. Swung on and missed. Kirchner now heading the count 1-2.
Well, if they're talking in that South Dakota dugout, they should be talking about Kirchner has basically gone exclusively to the breaking ball.
That was a fastball.
Yeah, that was a fastball way there. But it has been heavy breaking ball since the runners got into scoring position. That's definitely something as a team you got to take note of. What does a pitcher trust the most in run scoring opportunities?
That stays away. Ground ball to short. Could end the inning. And it does. So South Dakota gets the first 2 men on, but they're stranded. We played 1. It's 3-0 Fargo. They have to pay for those tickets. No, they're just getting free baseball. Of course, everybody gets in for free at Little League, so it's not like they can brag about anything. You and I got in for free, too, for that matter. Here's Ryan Henry now as Sioux Falls is going to make a pitching change to start the second inning. Harrison Nichols, with those 3 runs allowed in the first, going to turn it over to Ryan Henry.
Ryan Henry's been very good in 7 1/3 innings. He's only allowed 1 earned run with 11 punch-outs, a big-time breaking ball.
Ball.
And the first pitch to Colin Hanson is upstairs. Colin Hanson, manager Chad Hansen's son. He is 2 for 8, a couple of runs batted in. He's had RBIs in each of the last 2 games. Colin's older brother Colby played on the 2019 regional team. This is the 5th straight regional for Fargo Little League. And not a good start here for Ryan Henry. Kind of like Harrison Nichols, struggled early finding the strike zone. It's 3-0. That stays high. Walked him on 4 pitches. First walk in 4 appearances for Ryan Henry. And Ekman will come up now. Evan Ekman. Going to try and move him over. It's a good bunt. And the throw in time. But a beautiful sacrifice for the second baseman, Evan Ekman, as Hanson is in scoring position.
Boy, that was a perfect bunt. And Henry had his hands full to record this out at first base. Awkward throwing position, doesn't even step. But, boy, I think he got him by an eyelash. North Dakota's not going to challenge.
This is Hudson Yeager, 1 for 5. He has been on base with walks 4 times. Those 4 walks lead the team. He's the youngest player on the roster for North Dakota. One of 4 boys in his family, also a hockey player.
2 balls, no strikes.
Chance to add to North Dakota's lead here in the second inning. Winner on to the Little League World Series, which starts next week in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
2-1.
Good breaking ball, catches the outside corner. Ryan Henry now, even out the count at 2.
And that's the pitch. Henry's got that big bender. You just don't see curveballs like that at this age.
Here he goes!
There's a curve again. Did he go? And going into third base. That's Colin Hanson.
Well, I thought he
3 balls, 2 strikes.
No, I guess not. Barrel looked like it just stayed back.
Runner at third, full count. 1 out. Line drive into center field, and that is going to be caught. No, it got down for a hit. Got down for a hit. For Hudson Yeager, and Hanson comes in to score to make it 4-0.
Nice situational baseball there by North Dakota. Get them on, get them over, and here you go, get them in. Stay on a fastball away, shoot it into center field, and that ball just fell in front of Cash Martin.
This is Reed Holman, the number 11 hitter in the lineup for Fargo. He's going to sky this one to center. There's Cash Martin to make the catch for the second out. But a good inning already here for North Dakota after getting 3 in the first, Chris, to come back and tack on another one.
Yeah, you're at the bottom half of your order, and you put on another one knowing that Henry's got to deal with that potent top half in the next frame. Always nice to extend the lead.
Strike 1 to Brody Holmes.
Here's your guy, 22-pound catfish. Call the Coast Guard.
You would still see that on my wall if I caught that. 2 for 9, a couple of runs batted in for Reed. Reed and Mason Kirshner are first cousins. 2 strikes to the number 12 man in the order. Colin Hansen led off the inning with a walk. And generally, those come back to hurt a team. You walk the leadoff man. And that was the case this inning. Gaining the score. South Dakota gets off the field, but another run for North Dakota. It's 4-0 after an inning and a half in Whitestown. The international field is set for the Little League World Series next week. It's starting to come together now in the United States with teams from Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, Maine, and Washington already there. And
Clay, there's 7 states that have never been to the Little League World Series. Did you know that?
I did, as a matter of fact.
You did? Yeah.
North Dakota's
one of them.
Yeah. And so is Wyoming. Yeah, you were great giving your geography lesson yesterday. Geography was not your strong suit, I'm assuming.
Nailed Wyoming, though. We'll always have Wyoming.
Rafe Norenberg to lead it off here for Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Ball.
Paxton Olson and Luke Reich.
2 balls, no strikes.
Rafe Norenberg, 4 for 7. He's driven in 4 this week. As North Dakota added another run in the top of the inning, they lead it 4-0. We play 6 innings in Little League, so the games move fast. Norenberg
Pitcher.
drove in 3 runs with a triple against Nebraska on Saturday. That proved to be the difference in that game. And an RBI double and a 3-run first on Wednesday. He's been very productive. And now time called again.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball. Ball.
Full
It's
count.
a big challenge here, Clay. This is a South Dakota club that's only scored 14 runs in their 3 games. So to be down 4-0.
There's a base hit. 3-2 swung on and into left. Norenberg, leadoff man aboard.
And Norenberg stays red hot now, 5 for 8 here in Whitestown. But just to finish that thought, only 14 runs in 3 games. So being down 4 against a North Dakota team who you know is going to tack on. This is an offense that's going to have to put up some serious runs here, I think, to win this one. Scored 7 the last time these 2 teams met up. It's probably going to take at least that here in this one.
Paxton Olson, the catcher, just missed inside.
Got a ball in there. 1 ball,
Paxton,
1
the
strike.
youngest of 3 kids, to Tara and Josh, had a big home run in the district tournament for South Dakota. Paxton Olson,
1 ball,
one of
2
those
strikes.
kids who could pitch, could play other positions, but he's so valuable behind the plate, they don't move him. This one popped up, could be playable here for Oster. And Blaze has got it. Puts it away for the first out.
The second baseman, Luke Reich.
This is Luke Reich, the manager's son. His dad, Luke, has coached him since he's been playing organized baseball. His mom is Corey. 4'9", 80 pounds. And I told this story the other day, Berkey, and it bears repeating, that he feeds his cows every morning. He gets up and he does chores. 1-1.
Is that what kind of process is that? Is that a 30-minute process? Is that an hour long? Well, I guess it depends on how many cows, right? But let's just say
Right, it
one.
depends on how many head he has, yes.
If it was one.
I wouldn't take long. I wouldn't think.
3-1.
A few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You act like, so that's not something you've done before? I figured that was.
Well, no, yes, I have. Ground ball left side. That could be 2. Throw to first is going to go wide. Hustling over to second base is Reich, and he'll get there. So really no harm, no foul for Sioux Falls as they replace Nuremberg for Reich at second base.
This was one you probably were never going to turn with the speedy Reich. Probably a flip was in order there from Evenson, and he instead goes with the overhand throw that takes just a touch longer. But really, if you're Ekman, you probably want to put that one in your pocket. And this is interesting here because Chad Hansen wants to have a conversation about the fact that his catcher, Jackson Molden, ran into Rich Condrey. Watch this. He runs into Rich Condrey. And I think the argument is that Molden would have been there to back up the throw. Or excuse me, he doesn't run into Rich Condrey. He runs into first base coach Josh Olson, right? And I think the argument would be there that he would have been there to back up the throw had he not run into the first base coach. And they're going to have a little chat about it.
Well, I don't think there's going to be any change from the outcome. The fielder's choice, and Reich goes to second on the air.
Incidental contact.
Incidental contact. Yep. Here's Landry Weir now. Landry Weir, 1 for 6 in the regional, 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the 5th inning. That proved to be the game-winning run against North Dakota the other day. We mentioned it before. For the last couple of years, he's been Gavin Weir's brother, because everybody knows Gavin Weir in the state of South Dakota.
Yeah, became a superstar in 2021 for his pitching prowess, one of the best we've ever seen at this age. What was it? 30 strikeouts and 2 starts, 0 hits allowed.
Yeah, he had a perfect game and a no-hitter in the region. And you and I called them both.
That feels like that's pretty good.
This might be playable again for Ostrom, giving it a look, but it goes off the screen.
Not by much. You had it right.
So here's Gavin Weir from 2021 that we talked about. And this was through 8 games in the regional and the Little League World Series. How about that? 4 no-hitters.
114 strikeouts, 6 walks. Like, you know,
I guess
when I say he's the best we've ever seen, and I say that between me and you, I know there's been great players in other regions. He's the best we've ever seen.
On the 7th pitch, Weir pops it up. Ekman puts it away. We played 2. North Dakota enjoying a 4-0 lead.
Let's revisit the top of the first. There was 2 outs and 2 strikes and nobody in yet at this point until Will Corbel goes down and takes a breaking ball off of his shoelaces and rifles it into the right field corner. That scored 2. Then he would score on a wild pitch. And North Dakota put 3 up with 2 outs in the top of the first. They would go on to add another in the second. And right now, in complete command of this game as they run the top of the order back up there.
Yeah, Reese to lead it off. Reese Evenson hit a comebacker to the starter, Harrison Nichols, his first time up. Ryan Henry on for the 2nd inning. And now working here in the 3rd. Inside pitch, Evenson. Wow, from his knees it is caught. Harrison Nichols somehow hung in there to make the catch.
That's how you draw it up, Harrison. Just like that. It looked like he lost his footing. Fortunately, he was in the exact right spot. And give him credit for sticking with that.
Smile, Harrison. You just made a good catch.
Yeah. It's okay to laugh now.
Mason Sinner at the plate. He walked and then was thrown out on the bases trying to take 3rd on Cash Martinez's single. Here's Cash.
2 strikes.
He'll hit next. Struck him out, foul tip into the glove of Paxton Olsen, 2 down. There's Cash.
11, Cash Martinez.
4 hits in the regional.
Ball.
The second time up the other day against South Dakota, hit a double. This is his second time up, and he's going to bounce to the right side to Reich. And what a inning for Ryan Henry. 1, 2, 3. South Dakota tries to climb back in, down 4 in the third. Here's another reminder. The Little League Softball World Series continues in Greenville, North Carolina on the ESPN networks. And it all concludes with the championship game Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern time on ABC. See on Saturday, Texas and New York. They're already in the semifinals. They're looking today. Gorsett, Schultz, and Martin, 10, 11, and 12. The bottom quarter of this South Dakota lineup, which Mason Kirchner has handled so far through the first 2 innings. No runs across.
Ball. Nice stop, catch. Way to go get it. 1-1.
Easton Gorsett 0 for 4 with a pair of walks in the regional. He was 0 for 1 with a sacrifice Wednesday against North Dakota. Takes strike 2 on the outside corner.
Kirchner just filling the zone up, doing a nice job of keeping the ball down, too. It's not overwhelming stuff, but he's out there pitching.
Looks at strike 3. Kirchner with his first strikeout.
Change speeds, change eye levels. He's been pitching down in the zone. This is a big old breaking ball that just freezes Gorsett. He thinks it's a fastball up and out of the hand, and then the bottom drops out.
Ball.
First at bat for Brady Schultz, looking for his first hit of the regional.
Ball.
He's been really good at third base this week. Has been good on the mound when he's been needed. His dad, Matt, a former minor league player in the Tampa system. Little comebacker. 2 down. This is squaring up to be a good inning for Kirchner.
Yes, it is. And he's just doing a really nice job, Clay, of keeping the fastball down. There just hadn't been a ton of opportunities other than that bullet from Nornberg of fastball being up in the zone.
It's a soft foul ball off the bat of Cash Martin. Martin got a couple of hits and 6 at-bats this week. Was 1 for 2 on Wednesday against Fargo. Fly ball to center. Coming in as center. He's not going to get there. Blue base hit for Cash Martin. He'll take it with 2 outs, and South Dakota's in business here in the third inning.
Yeah, they need to start chipping away here. Obviously not the greatest time to get a single with 2 outs and nobody on, but hey, we've seen some serious 2-out rallies here in this regional. Maybe it's South Dakota's time.
So 3 hits the first time through the order for South Dakota against Kirchner. As Malachi Wright comes up for the second time, he walked his first time up. That's knocked down, and they're not going to have a play. Evenson got in front of it, but couldn't recover to get it over to second base for the force out.
Ball's hit hard. Right at Evenson. And, ooh, that last hop just looked like it bit him. You can see it shaking his hand because even though he looks like he's okay, that ball jumped up and got him there. And now we got a real opportunity here with Nichols up the bat.
Harrison Nichols hooked a ball down the left field line for a double his first time up. He's got 3 hits, 2 doubles in the regional. Chases one upstairs, pops it up behind home plate. Molden will give it a look. It's out of play. Third straight regional for Sioux Falls Little League, 4th overall. Looking for their 3rd trip to Williamsport. Another one ripped down the line. Nichols has really worn out that left side of the field at the plate today.
Yeah, he's got a pretty hitterish look to him right now. Obviously a tough spot here down the count 0-2, but he looks like he's seen the ball pretty well.
Foul, foul, foul!
Got a piece of it to stay alive. You look at Mason Kirchner's pitch count, Chris. What do you think?
Waiting on me, batter. Waiting on me to step out.
He's given them a tremendous outing, regardless of whether he can go the full distance or not. I think if they thought he was 2 outs in the 3rd with still a shutout intact, they would take it.
This one is hit well to left center, and that's going to get down up against the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs will score, and Nichols ran into the first baseman, Ostrom, and was knocked down. He's going to have to settle for a double. He may have had more. And now we've got a man down.
Boy, and he just had that feeling that whole at bat. Nichols just had that feeling that he was going to run into something, and looks like right slid right into the leg of Molden. Looked like just a good hard slide by right into home. And the 2 guys look like maybe they got their feet tangled up. I don't see anything too severe there. Wright's just sliding into home plate.
And then Harrison Nichols, he had a collision rounding the bag at first base. I was waiting for someone to call interference on that, but I didn't see it get called. Okay, so originally Harrison Nichols, well, we're still trying to figure out how that was ruled, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's going to go down as a double and a couple ribbies.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball hits off the left center field wall. Now, looked like, as you said, there was some obstruction there between Ostrom as Nichols was trying to get to second base. But nonetheless, a huge 2-out rally here for South Dakota. We got ourselves a much closer ball game at this point now.
2-run inning for Sioux Falls, looking for more, and they've got Thor at the plate, the guy who swings a big hammer. Line drive into base hit into right field. Trying to score here is Nichols. The throw, not in time. And it's 4-3. RBI single, Carter Chapman.
Cash Martin gets it started with a 2-out base hit to center field. Then an error on a hard hit ground ball, and now Nichols with a rocket. Thor comes up clutch. Nichols just ahead of the tag here. Boy, what a close play at home plate. And South Dakota now within 1.
Give him credit. Okay. Show good body language out here, right? And have some fun. Enjoy this moment, buddy. Okay, you're doing awesome. You know that, right? Okay, smile a little bit and have some fun, okay? You okay? Okay, let's go. You want to stand? Okay, let's go. Come on now. Yeah, thank you so much.
Chad Hansen is going to stay with Kirchner. 3 unearned runs behind him after that error at short that would have likely ended the inning.
Yep, the ball to Evenson could have ended this one, but a sharply hit ball just couldn't be corralled, and boy, South Dakota taking advantage.
Ryan Henry started the game as the extra hitter, one of the extra hitters for Sioux Falls, but has since moved to the mound and has really done a good job in relief. And now this is a new ball game. As going over to second base is Chapman. He represents the tying run. That's a wild pitch. Ball and a strike. Line drive. Right field. We'll see if they wave Chapman. They will put on the brakes. Three straight hits since the air.
Boy, and as fast as Chapman is, that ended up being a very, very wise decision there by Chad Hansen, or excuse me, Jesse Reich, because Big Cash Martinez has a rifle out there in right field, and that was a dart he threw to Jackson Molden. That would have been the third out of the inning. So keep the inning alive, as South Dakota has certainly found their rhythm offensively.
First base for South Dakota as a courtesy runner, 34, Brady Schultz.
Brady Schultz is going to be a courtesy runner. For Ryan Henry. This one is smoked by McCloskey. That's down the line. Chapman scores. Stopping at third base is Schultz. And we're all tied up.
How about it? A game of two-out rallies. And we've seen so many of these this week. North Dakota scored 3 in the first with 2 outs, and now South Dakota scores 4 in the third with 2 outs as McCloskey keeps the line moving on a sharply hit ball down the right field line.
Six straight have reached. Popped up behind home plate. Molden, does he have a chance? Yes, makes the catch to get Fargo out of the inning. But South Dakota, with the help of a fielding error, gets 4 runs to tie the game.
How about it? The boys from Sioux Falls got it going here, and the big blow was Harrison Nichols, a bullet into left center. Scored their first couple. They would tack on 2 more, and we got ourselves a brand new ball game.
The Athletes Unlimited Week 3 schedule rolls on Saturday afternoon with our next game on ESPN2. Coverage begins at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific from Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont, Illinois. That's a suburb of Chicago. Purple versus orange. This is North Dakota versus South Dakota, border battle for the right to go to the Little League World Series and represent the Midwest. We're tied at 4. New ball game as we go to the 4th inning. And it's Jackson Molden, the catcher for Fargo, who has been absolutely outstanding at the plate this week. He's intentionally walked and scored a run his first time up. And Ryan Henry deals to him. And it's 2-0.
Big time matchup right here. Henry versus Molden. Of course, they didn't even mess with Molden the first time, intentionally walked him. But Henry and his big time breaking ball versus the best hitter in this regional. And so far, hadn't even messed with him here in this AB either.
This might be an intentional walk. Ball. So in 5 pitches, Jackson Molden walks for the second time. now bring up Will Corbel, who had the big hit in the first inning. A two-run triple.
Third baseman, Will
Bolton's not real happy about getting walked, which no good slugger, no big-time slugger likes getting walked. So at least in Little League. It's eventually get to the big leagues, you deal with it. But Bolton wants to swing the bat, you can tell.
Bunted foul by Corbel. Yeah, Jackson Molden, high baseball IQ. Heavy pull, though, I've noticed in his at-bats, Berkey. He's hit everything to the left of second base. It's all been for success, but that's what he does. I mean, there's no doubt what he's going to do when he comes up to the plate. That's going to be a foul ball. So now you keep the sacrifice on here, Berkey.
Probably just because I think the obviously top ball game, but you're worried about that left-handed breaking ball. I think that the challenge for Corbel will be, can he hang in there? At this age, you just don't see a lot of, even righties are going to have a hard time with the breaking ball from Henry, but the lefties are really going to have trouble.
There it is, strike three looking. So Corbel with a couple of attempts can't get the bunt down, and he strikes out for the first out of the fourth.
Watch the front side here. Watch the front side by Corbel. He's going to bail. That stride's headed down the right field line, and that breaking ball will lock you up when you're so limited with your experience of seeing a left-on-left breaking ball. It's hard for lefties to keep that front shoulder in.
Blaze Ostrom walked his first time up. Hitless so far in the regional, but his last at-bat yesterday against Iowa, he lined out sharply to left field, and it might be a sign that he's ready to get back on track.
He certainly do. Too big and strong and talented to stay on the mat for too long.
1-1 from Henry. Fly ball. And that's going to be in there for a base hit. Hurrying to second base. Throw gets away, but hurrying to second base is Molden, and now he's down again. Jackson Molden has had a tough inning or so.
I didn't see what happened there. I don't know if the throw clipped him or it ended up being a pretty close play at second base, but we talked about it. Ostrom was due. Big O gets his first hit of this regional. Let's see what happened. His ball ricochet off of him? Yeah, it looks like it clipped him in the shoulder. You're not expecting an HBP when you're running the bases.
Boy, they need Jackson Molden to stay in this game. Looks like he's going to. Well, this is a big spot for Fargo as they've got 2 on, 1 out, and Mason Kirchner at the plate.
Yeah, looking to bounce back, right? South Dakota ties it up with 4 in the bottom of the third, and now North Dakota's offense comes roaring back as they've been able to manufacture here a little bit against Henry, who's no easy task. Not necessarily because he throws super hard, but it's like a Barry Zito curveball who's running out there.
Number 10, Mason Kirchner.
Kirchner, the pitcher, struck out looking his first time up against Harrison Nichols. And it's 2-0 Henry from Del Rapids, South Dakota, just north of Sioux Falls. One of 4 kids to Tammy and Nate. Austin, his oldest brother, is a right-handed pitcher for the Oklahoma Sooners. And here's Ryan, a lefty pitcher, doing just a great job for South Dakota.
He shows all the signs of a kid that's going to be a really good pitcher one day.
Line drive into right field, a base hit. They're going to put on the brakes for Jackson Molden, who's a little gimpy yet. They'll stop at third base. Base is loaded. as Kirchner delivers, and Colin Hansen will come up with one out.
And that was a nice piece of hitting. Really the first time we've seen one of these North Dakota hitters recognize the breaking ball early enough and square it up. That was a rocket between first and second base. That's how you draw it up right there from Kirchner, how to stay back on a breaking ball.
Fly ball on the first pitch. Infield fly, batter's out. So that'll be the second out. It was caught by Reich, but it would have been an out anyway, as Evan Ekman will come up and trying not to waste a situation here for Fargo as they have him loaded. Glorious opportunity here, Berkey, for Fargo to take the lead back. And two down as Molden will come out for a courtesy runner. And Hansen, who just popped out, will run at third.
Yeah, you just don't know how many chances you're going to get like this, right? You feel like you got to cash in somehow, some way.
Ekman dropped a sacrifice in the second inning. Helped Hansen come around to score. Now he's trying to get Hansen in from third. The 0-1 wrapped to their second baseman, Reich. And South Dakota gets out of the inning unscathed. North Dakota loads them up, can't get anybody home.
Boy, Ryan Henry just made of the right stuff, right? Working around trouble. South Dakota keeps it tied. We got ourselves a good one, folks. Well, the third inning was an interesting one, right? 2 outs. It looked like they were going to go quietly, but Cash Martin gets them going. There he is scoring right there. He got the party started, and Harrison Nichols paid it off. A rocket into left center field. Then Jake McCloskey would punctuate the inning as he scores 4, also known as Carter Chapman. And South Dakota was down by 4, but they have responded with 4 of their own on a huge 2-out rally. And you can see both teams have had some fantastic production with 2 outs today. And we got ourselves a really good game, 4-4 here in the 4th.
He's Chris Burke. I'm Clay Matvick as we continue here in the Midwest Region Championship game. Winners on to Williamsport. Little League World Series begins Wednesday on ESPN and ABC. Paxton Olson, Luke Reich, Landry Weir, 7, 8, and 9 for Sioux Falls. As they got down early in this ball game, trailed 4-0 at one point. And a big 4-run third, and now we're tied up. Mason Kirchner, the starter for Fargo, continues to hurl. He's behind in the count here, 3-1. Olson, his first time up, popped out in foul ground to the first baseman. And might do it again. It's going to stay fair this time. But again, it's Ostrom to make the catch.
Big shutdown inning here for Kirchner after the 2-out rally that South Dakota put up last inning. Very important here that he posts a 0 and allows this offense a chance to give him the lead here in the 5th.
Luke Reich not happy with himself. He chased one up and in. He reached center fielder's choice his first time up.
Ball.
The 1-1. Will Porter's got a good arm. I'll tell you, Will has played really well at third base for Fargo this week.
Yeah, that's just a nice play there. Moving to your right, you don't have time to do anything but one shuffle and gather your feet. Got to make an accurate, strong throw, and Corbel made it look easy.
3 in a row retired by Kirchner going back to last inning. And now Landry Weir. Popped up on the first pitch. Could be a quick inning. And it is. A 9-pitch, fourth inning for Mason Kirchner. We have played 4. Winner to Williamsport. All even. Hey, if you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League Baseball or softball, visit PlayLittleLeague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. It's the largest youth sports organization in the world. There are over 180,000 teams worldwide and 2.6 million players. And that's why getting to Williamsport is so special, because of 2.5 million kids, only a handful get to Williamsport and get to play on worldwide television. One of these teams is going to be going to Williamsport for the Little League World Series. North Dakota and South Dakota tied at 4 as we enter the 5th inning. This is Hudson Yeager. Ball. And an RBI single in the second.
That's what it's all about, Clay. Each team's only got 2 ABs left, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. Their history is going to be written here over the next 2 frames. Pretty cool stuff here upcoming.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hudson Yeager started the game as an extra hitter. He has since moved to left field for Fargo. The 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that he got a piece of to stay alive. And that's the pitch right there, Berkey, you've been talking about, that Ryan Henry has seemingly mastered.
Yeah, and that was a nice job there by Yeager of hanging in there, right? He hung in there and fought that one off.
Foul!
There it is again. Again, the 1-2. Fooled him with a fastball that time. 4th strikeout for Ryan Henry. 1 out.
Yeah, got him caught looking for a breaking ball. And again, the ability to pitch and change eye levels. The breaking balls are coming up way up out of the hand. And then that fastball down at the knees just locks up Yeager.
Curveball for strike 1 to Reed Holman, who flew out to center. Back in the 2nd inning. This one's hit well. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to run by Nichols in left field. Holman to second. He's going to stop there with a stand-up double with 1 out.
Well, Reed Holman measured that breaking ball exactly right. Does a nice job of keeping his hands back, early recognition, and then a good flat swing to the back of the baseball. That one runs all the way to the wall. North Dakota with a chance to take the lead here in the top of the 5th.
Second double for Reed Holman in the regional and the team's 9th. And here's the last guy in the North Dakota order. Brody Holmes, but he has been productive from the 12th hole. Struck out swinging his first time up today, but has driven in 4 in the tournament from this spot. And he puts this one into right field. We'll see if they send him. They will not. Holman stays at 3rd, runners at the corners and 1 out. And Fargo turns the lineup over.
How about it, right? You got your 11 and 12 hole hitters up and double single on a really nice piece of hitting. Brody Holmes' 3rd hit here in the regional, but boy, has he made them count with runners in scoring position. Didn't drive in a run, but it flips the order.
Evenson jumps on the first pitch. That's going to shoot the gap. 1 run is in. They're trying to send Holmes. There won't be a throw. Trying to score is Evenson, and he will. Mercy. Just like that, North Dakota regains the lead at 7-4.
How about it? A fastball up and out over the plate. Evenson with a rocket into right center. And this is where it gets sloppy. The throw from Nuremberg gets away from Reich into no man's land. The catcher, Olsen, can't evacuate his position because he knows Evenson's coming around to score. And terrific base running right there by North Dakota. And wow, just like that, 7-4.
So it's going to be ruled a triple, a 2-run triple for Reese Evenson. He scores on the throw, and it's 7-4.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Again, Chris, a tip of the hat to the bottom part of this North Dakota order. Sometimes those outs are taken for granted, but you can't do it with this North Dakota bunch. That's going to be a tough play. Out at first base, Mason Sinner, hustling down the line, is thrown out for the second out. We'll see if they get a review. They're going to look at it.
Well, what a play by Malachi Wright. This is an awkward chance on basically a sand wedge that lands over the pitcher's head. Malachi gets it, transfers it. Boy, was that close at first base. Mason Sinner, we talked about it earlier in the week, got to get to the front part of the base. Look how he ends up all the way on the top of the bag. And because of that, that play closer than it could have been. I'm not certain he was out, but I also didn't see anything that makes me think it'll be overturned either.
Another big inning for North Dakota. We have seen it so many times from these kids from Fargo this week where they just have explosive innings. 3-run first, 3 more so far here in the 5th. Boy, I don't know. I think he's safe.
Yeah, I think that look is the decider. Even though he is on the top of the base, it still looks like he gets there ahead of it. Yep, I think that one will be overturned. Watch, where's the foot when the glove, see there the glove moves, right? When the glove moves is when the ball is caught, and it's pretty clear to me on that one that Sinner beat it.
He was called out. We'll see if it's overturned. Here's the call. Safe. So that's going to be an infield single for Sinner and the 4th straight hit for Fargo. And Chad Hansen wants to continue a conversation with Rich Condrey, the home plate umpire. I think we've got everything under control now, and we're ready to get back to action. Cash Martinez up there, always dangerous. Ball! Cash Martinez, a single and a run scored in the 1st. He grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd. Just missed it there. Still waiting to see Cash Martinez get a hold of one. He's certainly got the potential. He's just missed a few balls this week.
Yeah, you kind of hold your breath when he comes up the bat because you know the potential to launch one is there.
Saw his dad looking on.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Ball. 3-1.
3-1.
With Jackson Molden, another big, dangerous hitter on deck. Be a full count here to the number 3 hitter, the cleanup man. Molden really hasn't been pitched to yet. Jackson has been intentionally walked, and then he was walked on 5 pitches in the 4th inning as well. Line drive, base hit. So here comes Molden with 2 on and 1 out.
Oh boy. 5 straight hits now for North Dakota. And you can tell, as good as that breaking ball is from Ryan Henry, the fellas from Fargo are seeing it. The second time through the order, they are much more comfortable. And I think we're going to get a pitching change here with Molden coming up to bat.
I got confidence in you, all right? Be careful of this guy. Let's get a ground ball. Let's get out of here, right? Take a deep breath. Okay, be careful. Let's twist it up. Let's twist it up. Let's get back there. Hey, let's go. Come on. Hey, we're playing baseball. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Let's go.
Jesse not making a pitching change here. Just coming out to kind of try and settle the group down. Looking to get a double play ball, and he's going to stay with Ryan Henry, who has been one of his better pitchers throughout this state run throughout this regional run.
And the advice was be careful. Be careful.
That was understated, to say the least.
That was understated. Yeah, there was a lot of positive in there, but if you listen closely, the one coaching advice was be careful.
Ball. Jackson Molden. Look at these numbers. A couple of blocks and a run today, but 8 hits. Ball. In 11 at-bats with 10 runs batted in the regional.
2 balls, no strike.
Drove in 6 yesterday against Iowa with 2 3-run doubles. He's got 2 aboard here.
Ball.
And now, are you just better off walking it?
Probably, but I think Molden should be ready to hit right here if he gets one.
Boy, Henry really trusts that off-speed stuff. Throws it for a strike on 3-0. Swinging for the downs, Jackson Molden. Full count.
Good pitch there by Henry. Keep that fastball in the outside part of the plate. See if he goes to the breaking ball here.
Swung on, popped up. Center field. And Cash Martin has it for the second out. And a deep sigh of relief for Ryan Henry in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yeah, down 3-0 in the count. Credit Ryan Henry. Come back 3 straight strikes, and that one just above the barrel of Molden. A harmless fly ball to center field, and a big at bat here as Henry tries to keep it at just a 3-run ball game.
Will Corbel, 2-run triple in the first inning on a ball that he hooked down the right field line on a tough inside pitch that was down below the knees. 2 strikes.
I got to believe he's going back to that breaking ball. We know last time he struck him out looking on a breaking ball that Corbel kind of bailed out on. There it is, the show me 0-2 fastball up above the hitting zone. And here comes a breaking ball down and away, Clay.
It's down and away, all right. Going to be a tough play, too, for the shortstop. Not in time. And the bases are loaded. It's going to be an infield hit.
Fastball. Went to the fastball, and Corbel just kind of pokes it. Malachi Wright unable to field it cleanly. Corbel, who can really run any bobble, and he's going to be safe. And now the bases are loaded for the Big O.
Blaze Ostrom, 9th hitter, come to the plate for Fargo. He uncorks it, and that's a base hit. 1 run is in. Play at the plate, safe. Martinez gets in, and it's now 9-4.
I don't know about this one. A hard hit ball. Ostrom now 2 hits in back-to-back at-bats after being hitless for the regional, but I think the tag beats him here. I think we're going to get a review, and just live, that one looks like it's going to be overturned, but nonetheless, what a rally here by the squad from Fargo.
Blaze Ostrom came into the game 0 for 9. And he has been on base 3 times. Here is the play. I think you're right. I think that the tag is there. Well, now it's kind of hard to tell from
right
this
foot. Watch his right foot, actually. His bottom leg. Is it on the plate? It's his right foot that gets there. The left foot's in the air. The question is the glove there when the right foot is on the base? Hard to see from that angle. Let's see here. Watch the... Is the right foot still in the air, Clay? Look at it. there, and it skipped off the plate. Well, that's close. You just can't tell when the glove arrives. The fact that the call on the field is safe.
There's no doubt that the throw was there in plenty of time. Now, was the tag applied in time? It's so hard to tell. And because it's so hard to tell, I think the call is going to stand.
There's where we can actually see the tag. So the glove arrives. See, the toe's there, and I don't know that the glove is. I think the call on the field is going to stand.
Yeah, I think it's right. I think Rich Condrey got it right.
Well, Harrison Nichols with a big-time throw. It's just a touch high, and Olsen does all he can do. But I think by the time the glove gets all the way to the ground, I think the right foot of, Martinez just beats it.
So it's 9-4, runners at second and third, 2 down. And the pitch count for Ryan Henry is getting close to the maximum of 85. As Kirchner comes in. Ball gets away from Olsen. Fly ball right field, calling for it. Norenberg, he'll make the catch and end the inning. But Reese Evenson with a 2-run triple breaks this game open, Berkey.
Reese Evenson with the swing of the day. It was 4-4, then 7-4, now 9-4. South Dakota needs an answer.
Clay Matvick, Chris Burke back in Whitestown, Indiana, the Midwest Region Championship game on a windy day in Whitestown. As North Dakota sends 10 to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. They score 5 runs on 7 hits and now lead at 9-4. South Dakota starting to run out of outs as these teams are battling to get to Williamsport in the Little League World Series next week.
Yeah, story of the game has just been big innings. And to this point, North Dakota's had one more big inning than South Dakota, as South Dakota needs a response here.
10, 11, and 12, bottom 4th of the order for Sioux Falls as Mason Kirchner continues to deal. He'll start inning number 5. He still has a pretty good number of pitches to work with. Again, the maximum at this level is 85. 2 strikes. That's efficient as Gorsett falls behind. He struck out looking his first time up. He's a little bit upset.
Ball.
1-2. Got a piece of it to stay alive. Easton's brother Hayden was on the 2021 Little League World Series team. His dad Mike is one of the assistant coaches this year. Mike was the manager of that team that went to Williamsport. 1-2.
Ball. You know, the emotions of Little League Baseball is why we love it so much. And Easton Gorsett, obviously, very emotional right now, frustrated about the way this at-bat started. And you just don't get this in professional baseball, right? You don't get the emotions on the outside because by the time you get to the big leagues, you've kind of learned how to veil a lot of that. Not that guys don't have outbursts and sometimes display their frustration. They certainly do. But maybe not with the regularity you see with these youngsters. And the reality is he's still got a hit, and he's actually done a nice job here of battling since the frustration of being down 0-2 and obviously all the emotions associated with North Dakota going up by 5. It's a fascinating part of this Little League World Series is watching these youngsters deal with the emotional roller coaster of a sport that can be very frustrating at times.
Popped up, foul ground, going to be a tough play. Oh, almost getting there was Corbel. Boy, a long at bat here for Gorsett. This will be the 9th pitch from Kirchner. And a full count. Well, if he can somehow find his way on, you talk about a comeback story in one particular at bat.
Exactly.
Ground ball. Foul.
We're just hanging around. What is that, 10 pitches now? 11 pitches.
Easton Gorsett followed by Schultz and Martin here in the 5th. Line drive, and it is off the glove of Ekman into right field for a base hit. So Easton Gorsett controls his emotions and lines one to right.
I mean, this is what's great about Little League. Like, what are your options? Okay, you're upset, you're borderline in tears because your bat started so poorly. 9 pitches later, you're on with a base hit, and it's all smiles, and let's get back in this thing. And in one at bat, we saw the emotional roller coaster that the game of baseball can present to these young folks.
That's under the glove of Corbel into left field. Back-to-back hits for South Dakota, Gorsett and Schultz. Here comes South Dakota, down 5 in the 5th.
Center fielder, Cash Martin.
Said it before, Berkey, the bottom of the order for both of these teams has been impressive today.
Yeah, and it's really been a theme of the week, I feel like, is so much production in the bottom, what do we say, bottom quarter of the lineups, because that's part of the story now. When you're batting 12, you got to get some production down there, and this team certainly has.
It's going to be knocked down. They're going to have the force out as Evenson smartly gathers it up and flips it over to third for the force out of Gorsett. So Cash Martin looked like that one was destined for left field, but it's knocked down for the first out.
Yeah, and a nice job there by Evenson. That's a tough break because that ball looked like it was destined for left where it's going to be bases loaded.
Kirchner has reached the plateau of pitches.
You did a really good team, and you did really well. I'm so proud of you. The way to battle today and change your emotions and get after it, okay? You're going to go to shortstop, okay? I'm going to switch.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's switch. Let's
yep.
stay warming up. Hey, kid, nice job.
You go to each other glove.
Mason Kirchner, 4 1/3 innings today. Looked really good on the mound, Berkey. 4 runs, 8 hits. Walked just 1, struck out 1. He reaches the 85 pitch maximum, and he'll be out. And that'll bring on Mason Sinner from center field. He'll move to the mound.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, what you can say about Kirchner is he hung in there. It was never going to be a cakewalk against a team as good as South Dakota. And Kirchner doesn't exactly have swing and miss stuff, but he hung in there. He filled up the strike zone, never backed down, gave his team certainly a quality start for the situation at hand, and now he gives the ball to Sinner, who had some success the first time around against this South Dakota team, albeit after the game had kind of been decided at that point. But this left-hander's got a really bright future on the mound.
Ball. Mason Sinner from center to the mound, and Reese Evenson goes from shortstop to center. So those are the defensive changes. Back-to-back Masons in this game on the mound for North Dakota. Ball. Trying to get this team to Williamsport. Got a nice lead, but 2 on with 1 out here in the 5th for South Dakota. Trying to get back in it. We're at the top of the order with Malachi Wright, who's 0 for 1. Popped up. Right side, Cash Martinez makes the catch. They will not run on that arm. 2 down.
Here's your at-bat, because Harrison Nichols is seriously hitterish right now. Right in the Jackson Molden kind of mold right now. He feels like he's a barrel waiting to happen, so be careful here.
That is going to be a fair ball past Corbel into left field. Trying to score is Schultz. He will. Throw is late into third, and South Dakota gets its 5th run on the board.
3 doubles in a row. Now for Harrison Nichols, who is really, really swinging a hot bat and continues to do everything he can do to keep this South Dakota team in it.
Carter Chapman, one of the big stars in this regional. A little bit quiet at the plate today. Puts it in the field. Kirchner, big play, but safe at first. A run comes in as Martin scores to make it 9-6.
I think Kirchner
just beat it
that
out.
I think Kirchner thought somebody was on first. It looked like he had made a move, like he was going to flip it to second base. And then he realizes, I got to throw this thing to first. And, yeah, Chapman just too fast. And after a really nice job with the glove by Kirchner, he just doesn't make a quick enough transfer to get the speedy Chapman. And, man, this game, 9-6 and the tying run up to bat.
Well, this is being challenged. I'm assuming they're challenging the play at first base, whether Chapman indeed beat it out or not.
Didn't it look like Kirchner?
There's any doubt about it.
Didn't it look like he made a move, like he was thinking about he was going to throw the ball to second base? This is clearly safe. This one won't take long. Mark Harvey was all over that call.
That's going to be the fourth hit of the inning, and now North Dakota, provided that this is upheld, will be out of challenges. Chad Hansen using another challenge. And, yeah, that is going to be the second unsuccessful challenge. And now he loses the right to challenge anymore. Here's Ryan Henry. One swing, and it's a brand-new ball game.
Boy, and the two-out rally just continues. Sioux Falls has scored all their runs with 2 outs.
Did he go?
Two balls and no strikes to Henry, who singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Reached out and gets it in behind the bag at first. That's a base hit. Throw to third, not in time. It's now 9-7 as Sioux Falls continues to pluck away.
Wow. And the middle of this order, Nichols, Chapman, and Henry just continue to impress. They have done all you could ask. This one, not exactly a laser, but perfectly placed into shallow right field. And it is a 2-run game.
Jake McCloskey, he drove in a run in the third inning. He's 1 for 2. He has a chance to tie this game up if he can find the gap. North Dakota just trying to get out of this inning with the lead in tag.
With Gorset crying after the first 2 strikes. And now it's turned into a chance where they can tie this game up. Ball.
That's why we love Little League. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Just hang in there, right? That's what we love about sports. It just teaches you how to hang in there.
In on the hands, and that's foul, 1 and 2, and now North Dakota just needing 1 pitch to get out of the inning. That was the second pitch of the inning. Yep.
1 ball,
and
2
it looked
strikes.
like South Dakota's in trouble, and just how fast it changed after the base hit for Gorset.
And that at bat, kind of a microcosm of this game for South Dakota. Obviously still a hill to climb, but boy, if they positioned themselves nicely here to at least give themselves a puncher's chance down the stretch.
That's going to end the inning. McCloskey is out. South Dakota gets back in, though. All of their runs have come today with 2 outs. It's now a 2-run game. All right, Zubin and Runes, we appreciate it. Back here in Whitestown, where we had an entertaining 5th inning. North Dakota scored 5 in the 5th. South Dakota answered back with 3 in the bottom of the 5th. And we've got a 2-run ball game, 9-7 as we go to the 6th. The winner moves on to Williamsport, and the Little League World Series. So North Dakota has the lead, but I'm sure they'd like some insurance going to the bottom of the inning. It'll be Colin Hansen, Evan Ekman, and Hudson Yeager, 8, 9, and 10 to hit against Ryan Henry, who's still in there.
2-0.
Henry running out of pitches. Gets a comebacker, and that's going to be a tough play. Safe. Luke Reich got to it, but Hansen beats it out.
Well, that's a nice play up the middle, right? Ranging, backhand, get to the ground, throw from your knees, and wow. Nice call there at first base as Hansen beats it by an eyelash.
And now South Dakota wants a challenge. Mentioned before, North Dakota already out of challenges because they've had 2 unsuccessful requests. And so now the play at first is being challenged by South Dakota. I think this is also going to be unsuccessful.
Now, he's also going to win like a long jump award, but he gets to the front of the base, clearly safe.
He's safe. Pennsylvania and the District of Columbia coming up at the top of the hour on ESPN2. We'll get you out to that one as soon as we're done here on ESPN. So a man on and nobody out, and now time called as Reich has a skinned up knee.
Rub dirt on it on that. That might be what his dad's telling him right now. Jesse might be telling him that, but no, we're going to get a trainer in there. We'll get a Band-Aid, some Neosporin maybe. Everything will be better in just a couple minutes.
While they look at the young man, we're going to send it back to the studio. Zubin and Runes. So as they administer some antiseptic to Luke Reich, we'll reset for you. We're in the top of the 6th inning. North Dakota 9, South Dakota 7. This is a rematch from Wednesday, Chris Burke, where South Dakota was impressive, won 7-3 and stayed in the winner's bracket. Meanwhile, North Dakota had to come back yesterday and play Johnston, Iowa, and they won 12-7 to get to this point. And now it's a winner-take-all game. Winner advances to the Little League World Series, which starts on Wednesday in Williamsport. This was the 5th inning for North Dakota. They scored 5 times, and it looked like they were ready to run away and hide before South Dakota came back with 3 of their own in the 5th.
Yeah, this was the big blow, right? Reese Evenson, a bullet in the right center gap that looked like it was going to be a triple, turned into a triple plus 1. The big O. Blaze Ostrom, with the RBI knock. That play was reviewed and upheld. Cash Martinez just ahead of the tag. And North Dakota looked like they might cruise at 9-4, but now 9-7. It's a little bit of a different ball game.
No, it's close. And South Dakota still has 3 outs to work with. He went around. He offered at that bunt attempt. So Evan Ekman now with the ball and a strike. Ekman, a sacrifice in the 2nd inning. He's looking to do it again here. And again, it's foul. So now what do you do, Chris?
I think you probably let him swing it here.
This will be the last hitter for Ryan Henry, and it's a good one. Strikes out Evan Ekman for the first out. And that'll be it for Ryan.
Heck of a job, Ryan. Nice job. Hey, heck of a job. Atta boy. Brady, how's your arm?
Good.
All right, you're pitching. You want to go get your other glove? We're going to see if they say anything first. All right. Okay, get warmed up. Throw some strikes, Rafe.
Well, the Little League World Series, such a big event, and all the folks at Little League would like to extend a special thank you to its official sponsors like Lance Sandwich Crackers and Gatorade. These companies provide year-round support to the Little League program. And the excitement of the World Series can be downloaded in the new Little League World Series app. Fans can view schedules, watch highlights, and more on the app. Download today for Apple and Android devices. So a new pitcher. This is Schultz. Brady Schultz coming to the mound here for South Dakota. And this will be his second appearance. Hudson Yeager is at the plate. Yeager 1 for 2 with an RBI single back in the second. Two-run lead for North Dakota. Looking for more. Well, he had the green light there on 2-0.
Good swing, too. That's a healthy 2-0 hack. And boy, Schultz has the job of keeping this score right here, giving his team a chance in the bottom of the sixth. Going to be tough if this thing gets to 3 or 4.
Now full count is Schultz.
1-2.
Allowed 3 runs against Nebraska on Saturday. That was his only appearance. And he gets a strikeout here. 2 down.
Nice job of coming back there. Come in and fall behind, but then battle back. And a big second out. Again, you hold it to 2, and you're just a bloop and a blast away.
Here's Reed Holman, the number 11 hitter in the order, who got that big 5th inning started with a double. A 1-out double. Ended up coming around to score, and it really ignited the team in the 5th. This one is hit well. And that's going to be a base hit. Hustling to second is Hansen. So now 2 on, 2 out, and we know what has happened today, Berkey, with 2 outs.
Yeah, this is where these offenses get it going. Have them right where they want them. 2 outs and a couple people on.
North Dakota would love to get a little insurance here before the bottom of the 6th. As Schultz buries a strike to Brody Holmes. Holmes also singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Reached out, flicks it in the air. It's going to be a play caught by the first baseman, McCloskey, and that does it. Last chance for Sioux Falls. 2 to tie, 3 to walk it off. Maybe North Dakota is 3 outs away from making history. North Dakota has never sent a team to the Little League World Series. The state has never had a representative. Can Fargo Little League get it done here in the 6th inning? It's Rafe Norenberg, Paxton Olson, and Luke Reich due up 6, 7, and 8 for Sioux Falls. As Mason Sinner, who came on in relief last inning, tries to lock this one down. First pitch swinging is Norenberg, and he fouls it back. A single and a pop-out. Fly ball. Foul ground again. Ostrom. Colin Courtney makes the catch. He had to adjust Berkey coming back toward the infield, and he hung in there for the first down.
Well, he's blinking like the sun was in his eyes, but maybe somebody should remind him he has sunglasses on his hat. That would be helpful, but nevertheless made the play. Now just 2 outs for a trip to the Little League World Series.
Paxton Olsen sprays it foul. He's 0 for 2. Paxton Olsen hit a big home run in the district tournament. He's trying to get on here and set the table for a Sioux Falls comeback.
Ball.
That's in the dirt. Mason Kirchner went 4 1/3 as the starter for Fargo. Gave up 4 runs. Mason Center coming on in relief last inning. 2-1. Mason Center, whose late grandfather, George, was the governor of North Dakota. Sure, he'd be proud. 2-1 pitch. And again, popped back out of play. It came off the mesh behind Molden, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, the way it looked would look like a routine pop-up to the plate, but the netting goes up high here in Whitestown.
2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground and foul outside of first. South Dakota won the first meeting between these two on Wednesday, but North Dakota ready to turn the tables, perhaps. Line drive, and that's a base hit into left. A ringing single for Paxton Olsen, and now the tying run will come to the plate.
There you go. That's how it starts.
And this is Luke Reich, the manager's son.
28, Luke Reich.
He'll swing at the first pitch. Backing off for a moment there was Hudson Yeager, but he stands his ground to make the catch for out number 2.
Well, that was a bullet off the bat of Reich. Don't know that he could hit it much better than that. Tough luck right there.
Well, here's where South Dakota has done all its damage today. Look at that. They have scored all 7 of their runs with 2 outs. So we'll see if they can strike again. Down 2. Man at first for Landry Weir, who's 0 for 2 today.
Ball. One ball, 1 strike. Ball. Two, 1. Ball.
3-1 the count on Weir. And you've got Easton Gorset on deck.
3-1.
Who's 1 for 2.
Center with a big smile after that one. He knows they're just 1 pitch away. Look at him kind of taking a moment to soak it all in. But still 1 big one left.
Just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Play.
Back up the middle. Could end it. For the first time ever, the state of North Dakota is sending a team to the Little League World Series.
Congratulations. North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota becomes the first team ever. Congratulations, boys. You just made history. What a performance and a heck of a ball game, Clay.
What a game. 9-7 the final. North Dakota wins it, and they're headed to Williamsport next week. The Mid-Atlantic region coming up next with Sam and Devin. 9-7 the final for Chris Burke. I'm Clay Matvick. We hope you enjoyed it. We know the kids from Fargo did. So long from Whitestown, Indiana.